Camila Giorgi, the winner of 2 WTA and 5 ITF awards, is an Italian professional tennis player with a career-high singles ranking of world number 26 and is current Italian number 2. This article will comprehensively discuss her early life, husband, relationships, athletic career, and many more. Camila, just like Andre Agassi, Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic, and Serena Williams, is another renowned tennis pro player hailing from Italy. Most importantly, Giorgi shot to fame after dethroning the world's number 1 Victoria Azarenka in the 2014 Aegon International. Also, starting at the tender age of 5, the tennis player grew an affinity for the hard courts. Apart from tennis skills, her gorgeous looks and charming personality also entice her fans around the globe. People seldom mention Camila when they talk about tennis. Today we will learn about this inspirational woman painting the world in Italian colors and pride. This article attempts to shed some light on the tennis star's personal life, net worth, and career. On December 31, 1991, Camila was born into the Giorgi household. Also, Sergio Giorgi and Claudia Gabrielle Falone happened to be proud parents. At the same time, Camila grew up alongside older brother Leandro and younger brother Amadeus. In contrast, the Italian couldn't spend much time with her sister, Antonella, who passed away from unknown causes. Antonella was ever so passionate about sports. In like manner, these same attributes were instilled in Camila as she pursued tennis under her father's tutelage. First, the Italian first held a tennis racket when she was 5, and ever since that day, Giorgi hasn't let go. Camila happily accepts training from her father, who at one point traveled to Argentina in 1982 as a member of the army draft to fight in the Falklands War. On the other hand, Camila's mother is a fashion designer who undertakes the responsibility of outfitting the tennis star for every match. Similarly, Leandro works as an actor, and Amadeus as a football player, currently signed to Serie D club, ACD on currently. Tennis coaching legend Nick Bollettieri noticed Camila's training on one fortunate day. Eventually, the young Italian managed to captivate Nick with her style, and the famous coach took Giorgi under his wing and provided 7 months of rigorous training. As of 2021, the Italian tennis player is 29-year-old. Further, Camila measures a modest 5 feet 6 inches, 1.68 meters, in height and weighs 54 kilograms, 119 pounds. Added to that, the tennis star has 35 inches of bust, 26 inches of waist, and 36 inches of hips as her body measurements. Like most athletes, Giorgi takes exceptional care of her body. Notwithstanding that tennis encompasses a full-body exercise, Camila hits the gym to strengthen her core and engages in intensive stamina training. Unlike Serena Williams, who gives a woman bodybuilder impression, Camila's body fits a relatively lean but partly endomorphic build. Regardless, the Italian tennis player is as healthy as athletes come. Besides, Giorgi is proficient in using her right hand the most. However, she can occasionally charge with her left hand as well. Most notably, the 2-time WTA winner flourishes with a two-handed backhand play. At 5 years old, the blonde was a star in the making. Above all, with her father and other experienced coaches' assistance, Giorgi embarked on achieving her dreams when most people can't even stand on their 2 feet. After that, her paths crossed with French Open champion Adriano Panatta, and she indulged in a brief warm-up. Panatta, taken aback by a praiseworthy session, claimed that he played someone with Andre Agassi's talent despite his inexperience and young age. Moreover, the compliment meant a lot to the budding starlet. Similarly, Nick Bollettieri stumbled upon the blonde Italian, and after careful observation, the renowned coach offered to train her, which was only exclusive to legendary Maria Sharapova until that moment. In 2005, Camila battled it through to the final stage of the Nike Junior Tour and ultimately lost the match to Slovakian tennis player Zuzana Luknerova. Likewise, the Italian achieved milestones in her junior years, the finals at the SAE Development Cup and the round of 16 at the Astrid Bowl held in Belgium. Firstly, the blonde tennis star participated in 10K tournaments and gained the limelight by reaching back-to-back finals in Baku and Jakarta. In like manner, Giorgi concluded the 2006 year with 10 wins, 7 losses, and 944 in the WTA rankings. Eventually, the year 2007 had so much in store for her. Honestly, it was the best start to Camille's professional career, as she succeeded in reaching the quarter-finals in the 10K and 25K tournaments held in France and Nigeria, respectively. Simultaneously, France opened many doors for Giorgi as she competed in several tournaments. Subsequently, the Italian star ended the year with a 480 WTA rank with the family's love and blessings during her stay. Unfortunately, the start of the 2009 season was as good as forgotten since she failed to break through the qualification round. Most importantly, things turned out for the best when Giorgi clinched the remaining two 25K tournaments quarterfinal spots. Nevertheless, better late than ever, the tennis star revealed mild successes in France. It went on to win the first-ever ITF tournament, beating out fierce competitors like Barbara Zahavova-Strychova and Ksenia Prvak. Subsequently, another quarterfinal finish in Nantes, in 2009, ended with a joyful memory that Camille made along the way. The Italian closed the season, recording 33 wins and 12 defeats, and placed 285 in the WTA rankings. In the same way, the 2011 season started with Camille's participation in the 25K tournament. The Italian overwhelmed top seed Nadia Petrova with a 6-4 and 6-2 finish and, in the coming round, conceded to Stephanie Foritz-Gacon with a disheartening 5-7 and 4-6. Furthermore, in the first week of March, Giorgi battled it out in Florida's 25K tourney. As a result of bad performances, the blonde star had to admit defeat to Barbara Zahavova-Strychova with a 1-6 and 3-6 finish. The slew of bad luck followed the Italian as she fell short of beating Heidi El Tabak and progressing into the knockout phase with a forgettable 7-6, 4-6, and 2-6 points. At the same time, Camila defeated Emily Webley-Smith to book her spot in the Wimbledon Championships. In like manner, Giorgi went onto a winning streak by knocking out fellow citizen 16th seeder Flavia Pannetta with 6-4 and 6-3 points. Moreover, Nadia Petrova failed to contain the bludgeoning Italian, and the same fate awaited Anna Tatishvili. Finally, fourth place at the Grand Slam had Camilla's name written. There is a saying that all good things come to an end, and so did the Italian's wonderful run with an unfateful loss to third-seeder Agnieszka Radwańska by 2-6 and 3-6 margins. Accordingly, in June 2012, news circulated that the blonde tennis star was mulling moving to Israel to participate in the Israel Federation Cup. In the meantime, as she battled Irina Falconi, an error-prone Camila got knocked out with 6-2, 2-6, and 6-4 points. Above all, Giorgi's opportunity to play as a wild card at the Western and Southern Open, wherein Camila beat Francesca Schiavone with 6-1 and 6-3 point differences. Afterward, the Italian conceded a loss to Sloane Stephens with an abysmal score of 2-6 and 1-6. Although Camila suffered from a debilitating shoulder injury, she decided to keep up at the Australian Open with an eventual loss at Brisbane, Sydney. But, the Italian star made up for her loss with a win in Charleston. Year of breakthroughs and triumphs. 2014-2015 The tennis star participated in the Australian Open and defeated Storm Sanders in 3 consecutive sets. Meanwhile, the win granted her immunity of some sort as Camila went on rank higher than the top 10 opponents. Further, Roberta Vinci was a defending champion at the BNP Paribas Katowice Open. Indeed, Giorgi exacted her revenge and simultaneously knocked out Shahar Peer and Carla Suarez Navarro. In the same way, it was a mixed experience for the Italian starlet in Rome. In the process, Camila beat Dominika Cebulkova, who lost to Christina Mikhail after the first set victory. The same was the case at the US Open, where the blonde Italian beat Bojana Jovanovski and eventually fell out to Svetlana Kuznetsova, the 2009 champion. Again, a similar occurrence persisted as Giorgi knocked out Victoria Azarenka in Eastbourne and admitted a loss to Caroline Wozniacki. Granted that Camila clinched victory in 5 successive matches against Tatiana Maria, she failed to contain soon-to-be quarterfinalist Garbine Muguruza. Let's say 2 years were hectic for the rising Italian talent. Nonetheless, hard work comes with a reward, and in one of her outings, she managed to bag her first WTA Tour title at the Top Shelf Open in Rosmalen. In detail, the blonde starlet advanced through the stages after knocking Irina Falconi, Hollander Michaela Krajcik, and Yaroslava Shvedova. Camila secured 3 points in the tiebreaker against Kiki Bertens and Belinda Bencic, highlighting 7-5 and 6-3 scores. Above all, Camila's triumphant run always comes down to a transitional stage and meets a dead end.